a statue yet, or what?
How many games has he played in? Because I want to see that ratio.
Oh yeah, dude. You know he's a killer for Norwich, right? You know, like it's so weird that he can't score for the U.S., right?
Some guys are just good club guys, and some guys are just good national guys.
You are 1,000% correct about that, man. And it really seems like he, unfortunately, is just a club guy because he's killing it. All right, so this hasn't been updated, but after 100, let's say 126 games, he has 50 goals. Now again,
So
he didn't start all those games
yeah.
because remember Pookie was there for a hot minute when he was there, and then they figured out throw him on the wing. By the way, whatever happened to Pookie? He was in Minnesota. Did he pass on or what? What happened, dude? I've never heard nothing.
You know what? I remember hearing that name last season.
Oh, he was still there as of last season?
I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. What do you think of Josh Sargent? Yeah. What does your heart and soul say about Josh Sargent? Have you come to grips?
Some guys just can't translate that success to national team level.
Yeah, but does that matter? Does that matter? Because part of the national team is just being like, look, we're awesome. I mean, you could just be was Mexico less proud of Carlos Vela?
I mean, you will want your a guy like that that's scoring like crazy in his club team to kind of produce it also on the national team.
Yeah, but the fans are mean and the stadium's full of the other team's fans.
Well, you know what? He's a big boy. He's playing in England. He's playing in the UK. He could take it. But what I'm saying is this: you have your club guys and you got your national team guys, and the guys that can do really good in both. Well, you can tell right away those guys are probably legends in their own right. Literally,
hold on, dumb question.
Yeah.
Because this makes me think of things. I really think so much of soccer
drops.
No, I think so much of soccer is luck, man. Because there's times you'll listen to some of these guys without being rude, mid-level players, right? Like a Benny Feilhaber had a podcast for a long time, right? So you're listening to you listen to Ike Opara and Benny Feilhaber talk to each other, and they talk about certain guys who when you have that 60,000-foot view of MLS, you'd be like, oh, that's trash. But they'll talk about them like they were gods, and it's because certain dudes could do certain things, and I almost think if you pluck Darlington Nagbe up out of MLS and plunk him on an amazing team, right? Not just a team, but an amazing team, like a Liverpool or a Man City. How much better is he gonna be / look? You know what I mean? Surrounded by better talent.
Well, you got a point there, but here's the thing: you can take these young kids that are ones that are you're. I think a good way to explain it is when we take a young kid, maybe 18, 19 years old, you pull him out of the MLS club, you take him to a nice big club in Europe and let him develop and all that. You would expect him to kind of evolve into a better player. We have seen that before. I have seen that before. Do you think Clint Dempsey became a much better player when he left New England to Fulham?
I will say yes. That's a tough case because the question becomes, was he not awesome upon getting there? Right? Was he not to his level? Did he
I'm gonna be honest with you, when he was in New England, I didn't think he was I thought he was good, but I don't think he was gonna be great. I thought he was your maybe above average MLSer. But unfortunately, a couple of showings on the USMNT national team caught the attention of a certain British clubs, and the rest is history. it almost felt like he became, to me at least, it was. I felt that he became a much better player when he had that whole experience in Europe. Because when he did come back, this guy was like, well, just like
He was a rock
him and
star
that
when he
Seattle.
came back to Seattle,
Yeah,
man. And like, yeah, that was amazing having Clint Dempsey at that point come back. Because the problem was, like, I mean, I guess you had Gareth Bale
and then
and shit, but like,
yeah,
he was
yeah. But then you also look at Michael Bradley.
well, Michael Bradley, yeah, See, they both went to situations. They both left
Michael,
situations with people who believed in them to go to a better place. And the problem is the people that brought him didn't truly believe in them. Tottenham did not give Dempsey enough run, and same thing with Roma and Bradley. And so it created a perfect storm of
I think
coming to MLS.
both those guys should have just stayed in Europe. And I think that's been one of what would have happened had Bradley stayed in Europe instead of coming to Toronto, or if, even Josie Altidore stayed in Europe.
Altidore would have, I think, fizzled. Being a striker in Europe
Yeah.
is such a like. It's just
Yeah,
there's no real development. I do not believe there's development. I think
you
the
kind of
only
get
human who
you
has
kind of
ever
get
been
thrown.
developed in a striking role in the Premier League has been Mo Salah. Like from his days at Chelsea
Yeah.
to now, he is the only one who's ever been invested in to grow. Everyone else is like, do you do it? Nope, bye. You know what I mean? And so I think,
No, yeah. So, I mean, again, it all depends on the situation. Because, like, you take an example, like, let take for example, like Dwight York from Trinidad and Tobago. Like, the dude ended up playing for Manchester United, and I remember reading an article about him, and I remember reading him talking about it in the article, talking about how he would come to practice an hour early, and he will stay until an hour later just so he can like get better and improve on things. And he became part of that monster Man U squad, But
that's
that's
what it
because
takes.
he had a drive.
Well,
He had a drive.
I mean, a lot of people have drive and can't do. You
Yeah.
got to have it all. You got to have the ability. You have to have
You gotta have the heart.
the
You gotta have
physical build, and you have to have the drive. You have to have all three. Now, I hate to abruptly change the subject, but you brought up drive and determination, and not necessarily words associated with this player. What do we think about the Gio Reyna thing? It's just dragging along forever.
This is one of those things where he's like rapidly becoming to one of those players where you might hear something every now and then about him, and then not hear anything for a while, and then like 9 years later, he signs for a USL club, and you're like, oh, that's where he went. That's kind of the situation I get. Like,
I think everybody has FIFA
feel...
brain about him. Like everyone has, like, and what I mean by that is like they all almost view players in a FIFA manner. Like, okay, Pulisic is an 82 or 85, right? Whatever.
Bro, Pulisic,
but hold on. But in their heads, then is next with the talent is Gio Reyna. They think Gio Reyna is an 82, right? And like he just hasn't proven anything, like period. And so
he has to turn it around. Like he literally has to pull like a Nicholas Anelka situation where your career just comes back from the dead, like out of nowhere.
And then please don't do anything to bury it again, like Anelka did.
Yeah, like dude, like Anelka was like the man, like in the late '90s, early, like with that '98 France
your
team.
Your arm is terrifying me. The way of talking about Nicholas Anelka.
I know, and he was he was one of the reference points right next to Thierry Henry.
Oh God.
And then, but then look what happened. Like radio silence. Like they dropped him, and we never heard from him again. Then, like 10 years later, he resurfaces because he's like going on a scoring spree in Turkey, and they call him back up. So
Man, God, there's never an episode we don't mention Turkish soccer.
I'm
on
telling
this
you, man.
channel.
I got a feeling that Joe Reyna's gonna end up in Turkey.
Yo, so it really seems like he would rather be stabbed than play in America. Does he truly just view that as like he's given up? Like, is that the equivalent of wearing sweatpants every day for him? Is going to MLS?
He shouldn't. Like, man, when you play for like a team like Fenerbahce, what's it called, that Fenerbahce team, and like Galatasaray,
Fenerbahce. Yes.
Fenerbahce, there you go, and Galatasaray. I mean, you're playing in Champions League games, and you might have one of those weird runs where you might knock out a giant.
So what, you want him to go to Red Star Belgrade? Like, come on, man.
No. I know. No. See, you cross them. See, that's kind of reaching deeper into the bucket, bro.
Deeper into the misfit toys of the Champions League. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, that's like you trying to scraping at the bottom of like them 20-year-old toys you didn't know they were still there.
Sheriff, he's the starting midfielder at Sheriff.
Oh, jeez, don't even say that. Don't you dare say that, okay?
the Sheriff should be like the Savannah Bananas of soccer.
Oh, jeez.
All right, I'll stop.
You know what's funny, bro?
Sorry.
Is that what's funny is that whenever I play Football Manager, bro, and sometimes I've seen some of these random ass teams just pop out. I'm like, man, who the hell names a team Sheriff? You know,
whose money laundering front is this? Anyway, I digress.
Yeah. Is this like an inside joke?
So I mean, here's the thing about Gio Reyna. The only thing that should matter is him playing, because if he's anywhere near as talented as we've all come to believe, he needs to be on the field.
Where's he at now? Is he still in Dortmund?
Yes, he's still stuck at Dortmund. Like, this Parma move is not happening. It's just like they're not seeing eye to eye on this, and like he doesn't seem to care, which it terrifies me. But like, if he's anywhere near half as talented as we think he is, he's got to go somewhere with guaranteed minutes.
He needs to pull an MLS move.
That's what I'm saying.
And
that's
the one,
only place he
not
should
the
go.
one, not the one you're thinking about. Not the one you're thinking about. You got to do what that dude from Portland did. He just got on the plane and went to Brazil, like, because he didn't want to be in Portland anymore, and he forced their hand to sell him.
Well, Portland just got their guy, this Vera guy. So they just replaced him finally. So I
saw that.
Oh no, you know who needs him? Do you know who needs Gio Reyna? Even more than we do.
Cool.
Colorado Rapids, who just lost Georgi Mihalovic and is trying to make a playoff push. The Colorado Rapids need Gio Reyna.
See, you don't. You don't want to do that to him. It reminds me of another player that kind of is becoming a MLS journeyman. Chicago kid too. Like
Andrew Gutman?
No.
What?
Think about it. You don't know who I'm talking about? He played for Colorado. He just got traded from Colorado.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's Georgi Mihalovic going to Toronto is the whole reason why they need Gio Reyna.
Nah, man. Gio Reyna needs to stay in Europe and find a club that can actually like light a fire in his ass for him to like start playing. Like someone needs to talk some sense into him. Someone needs to like tell him, hey, shut up and don't listen to your dad. Listen up me, because I'm trying to save your career type of situation. I don't know what it is. Okay, I'm just talking shit. But what I'm saying is this: he needs to go somewhere where he needs to find, like, if he doesn't want to play, then just call it quits. Just say, you know what, this ain't for me. I'm just gonna live off my dad's retirement money. I don't care.
Well, who did that? Who's the kid with the super long name who played for Barcelona? Conde de la Fuentes or something? Man, who was that kid?
Oh, Oh, I know you're talking about De La Fuente.
Yeah, I think he quit soccer to model.
Conrad. Was
Yes,
it Conrad
Conrad
De La
did.
Fuente?
Yeah, something like that, man. Yeah, I think he quit soccer to model. It's for real.
I mean, he probably thought it was easier on the knees.
Oh man. Yeah, probably. Anyway, so I think we went a little long on the US men's national team, but we love it, I guess. I say Gio Reyna go to Colorado, bro. You'll love it. The mountains are great. Anyway, DPG, what should they do with that like button?
Hit it, kick it, punch it. Just don't bring